Good morning, kindergarten. It's Mrs. Merritt, and today we are going to do Module 5, Lesson 1. It is super exciting. We start a new module today. I'm so excited. Our objective today is I can count objects into groups of 10. So it may seem like really simple because I know most of you can count to 10 already, but it's a really important lesson because we're going to do something more with it within the next few lessons. So, for today's lesson, you will need something to write with and something to write on. Okay, go ahead, pause me, grab that, and come right back. Alright, so let's get started. I want you to first look at this right here. How many squares are there, or what do we call this? Does anyone remember? Very good. We call it a 10 frame because it has 10 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 squares, and it's called a 10 frame. So today, we're going to put different objects in there and see if we have 10. If we don't, we're going to figure out how many more we would need in order to make 10. So, if you would like a super challenge for today's lesson, what I'm going to do is we're going to fill in our 10 frame, and then if there's not 10 in the 10 frame, I want you to write an addition sentence showing me how many more we would need to make 10. Okay? That's your super challenge for today. Let's see how many paper clips we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's no more there. Do we have 10? No. Our whole 10 frame isn't full. We only have 8. So here's what your super challenge would look like for today. I want to show you an example. So we have 8, right? That's how many we counted. Plus, how many squares are empty? 1, 2. And if those squares were filled in, what would that equal? That is not a good equal sign, is it? Equals, if we had these two filled in with paper clips, it would equal 10. Very good. So that's your super challenge. We're not going to do them all together as a class, but if you want a super challenge and an extra dojo point, what you can do is on your paper write those number sentences to match your 10 frame picture. Okay? Alrighty. Let's keep going. Okay. Now we have some $1 bills. Let's see how many of them we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, and although we counted all the way up to 10, if I wasn't counting, look at the 10 frame. Is it full? It sure is. So that would show me I have a group of 10. Very good. If you're doing the super challenge, pause, go ahead and write a number sentence. All right, now we're on to erasers. I'm not going to count this time, and I just want you to see if we have 10 or not. Do we have 10? Yes, and you can see that without even counting because we have our 10 frame full. And we know that there's 10 squares in our 10 frame, and 1 10 equals 10 ones. So we have, these are like our ones. Each square is a 1, and all together they equal 10. All right, now we're on to stars. I'm going to do the same thing. You've got to figure out if I have 10. Do I have 10? No, I do not. Very good. I have one empty square right here. That means I don't have 10 because my 10 frame isn't full. If you're doing the super challenge, go ahead and write your number sentence about how many more stars we would need to equal 10. Oh, seashells. Mrs. Merritt's favorite place is the beach. So I love seashells. Let's see if they gave us 10 seashells. Did they give us enough seashells to make 10? No, unfortunately they didn't. Okay? So can you write a number sentence to tell me how many more seashells we would need in order to make 10? If you wrote your number sentence, great job. But another way to figure it out is right here. Just count these squares. 1, 2. We would need 2 more to make 10. Okay, these look like some acorns or some walnuts. Let's see how many of these we have. Do we have 10? Yes, we do. Great job. I love how you're recognizing that when our 10 frame is full, we have 10. Oh, chocolate chip cookies. Yum, yum, yum. Let's see if they baked us 10 chocolate chip cookies. I sure hope so. What a yummy treat. Did they make 10 for us? No, they did not. Go ahead if you're doing the super challenge and write your number sentence to figure out how many more cookies we would need to make 10. Okay, so these are all different piles of 10 that we made when we were filling in the 10 frames. I made stick piles down here, and these stick piles also are groups of, how many do you think? 10. Well, in the next few days, we are going to learn to count to 100 by 10s. A great way to start doing that is by grouping things by 10 and then figuring out how many groups we have. I understand this is a brand new lesson. So what we're going to do for today is we are going to count just to make sure there are 10 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 walnuts, right? Yep. Let's count the erasers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's count the cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's count the dollar bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and I already told you that our stick groups, we have 10 in each group. So I'm going to circle those because I made those. I know for sure there are 10 in each group. So, I know it may look a little messy, but we're going to count how many groups we have. And we grouped them into groups of 10. So each circle has 10 ones in there. So let's count how many circles how many groups we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, If I were to tell you that you had to count all those, it may take you a little bit. So over the next few days, what we're going to learn to do is count by tens. If we know everything, if we know we sorted everything into a group of 10, we can count it by tens, like this. So we have 8 groups of 10. So we go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay? I know it may seem like a very big number, and I'm not going to explain it too much today because that's tomorrow's lesson about how we know how to count by tens. And this is what we're going to learn over the next few days, is how to count by tens. So today's assignment for after your lesson is this. I want you to go around your house and find things that you can put in a group of 10. Aubrey this morning had Cheerios. She counted 10 Cheerios. Would that be a group of 10? It sure would. You could take 10 Cheerios. You could take 10 Legos. If you have 10 books or 10 erasers or 10 pennies, anything you have 10 of, and put them in a group. And what I want you to do is send a picture to your teacher. I love seeing all the pictures of your math. So, just a refresher, we're going to start learning to count by tens, but today I just want you to start grouping things into 10. Like they grouped 10 acorns, or 10 erasers, or 10 cubes. I want you to find things around the house that you can put into groups of 10 and then send your teacher a picture. I cannot wait to see you on Wednesday, and I hope you have a wonderful Monday. See you later, kindergarten.